The next type of radiation I'll go through is UV, ultraviolet.
Ultra means beyond.
This is the type of radiation that can excite electrons beyond the valence level.
UV goes from 400 nanometers of wavelength to 10 nanometers. It has four parts: UV A, B, C, and extreme ultraviolet. A, B, and C are pretty manageable, but extreme UV between 100 and 10 nanometers, that's ionizing radiation. It's powerful enough to dislodge an electron and create ions. UVC is blocked by the ozone layer, but UVA and B can cause your skin to burn. The discoverer of UV radiation was Johann Richter. He called them black light because he has not seen the UV but has seen the effects of it. He also termed them oxidizing rays or chemical rays, simply because of the power of the UV to cause chemical reactions.
It can cause certain molecules to break, most notably DNA. And that is why you get sunburned, because the UV radiation damages the skin, the proteins, and sometimes even the DNA. And once it damages the DNA, the regeneration ability of the skin is diminished. The reddening is because the body is trying to reconstruct. The body is sending more blood there so that the damage can be healed.
DNA has two wavelengths of maximum absorption, somewhere around 260 and somewhere around 210.
So UV damages DNA itself. Here's one simple thing you can do for your eye. Sunglasses. That's all. UV light is the #1 thing that can damage your eye. Now the skin is pretty well protected, but the eye is made to detect light. So of course light enters the eye, and that means you'll get a lot of UV exposure as well. It doesn't cost much, but it can save you a lot. So if you look up to the sky now, I'll try to move the camera, maybe you won't see anything. But it's slightly overcast, and in this type of weather UV still comes through, but normal light doesn't. So this is when you can look up, see nothing, and the UV still enters your eyes. And this is when most damage due to radiation is done. Another thing about these sunglasses is that it's polarized, and why that matters is that reflected light is polarized, so it kind of takes the reflections off the materials. So it kind of filters reflected light selectively, and this comes handy when there's a lot of snow around, because then the reflected light comes back right in your eye, and it can create the sort of effect that you get when you just look up to the sun. Because even though the light is diffuse and you don't see the sun itself, the intensity of the radiation is still very large.
UV has a lot of healthy effects as well, such as vitamin D production, but I'll go through that in another video. Now let's combine UV radiation with polarization, because bees can see UV and they can see polarized light. Moreover, their polarized vision is only working in UV. They can see green and blue. They cannot see red, but they can see green and blue just like we see those colors. But UV, they see that in polarized light, and that is because the light goes through the clouds, and even if the clouds are up, what the bee sees is the position of the sun. That's an inbuilt compass that they have in their eyes, and polarization helps them because it filters out the reflected UV lights so that they can see the compass, the sun, exactly.
In their bee dance, they dance the position of food or flower compared to the position of the sun.